Today we will see standard procedure of a slump cone test. Slump cone test is a test performed to know the workability of fresh concrete. Workability is simply flow of concrete. So this diagram shows a slump cone of lower dia 20 centimeters, upper dia 10 centimeters and height 30 centimeters, which is placed in a base plate. So first step is clean the internal surface of the mold and apply oil. Slump cone is cleaned properly and oiled. Place the mold on smooth horizontal non-porous base plate. Base plate should be non-porous, that is water should not pass through it. It should be of such a material. Fill the mold with concrete mix in 3 layers, tamping each layer 25 times by tamping rod. As we know, concrete cubes are filled in 3 layers. Same procedure is applied. Mold is also this slump cone mold is also filled in 3 layers, and each layer is tamped 25 times, but in concrete cubes 35 times tamping is done. Clean the mortar or water leaked out between mold and plate. Mortar or water leaked from here is cleaned properly. Then raise the mold from the concrete immediately and slowly in vertical direction. Raising should always be in vertical direction. Then measure the slump as the difference between the height of mold and height of specimen being tested. This is slump from top of a mold to the concrete specimen after slump is raised. There are 4 types of slump: true slump, zero slump, collapsed slump and shear slump. First one is true slump. It is the only slump that can be measured. The measurement is taken between top of cone and top of concrete. The images are being overlapped, so this portion is concrete after the slump cone is raised. This is slump cone, and difference between top of slump cone and top of concrete is slump. Second is zero slump. Zero slump indicates very low water cement ratio, which results in dry mix. It is used for road construction. And then collapsed slump. It indicates high water cement ratio, that is, it is too wet. Shear slump. The shear slump indicates that the result is incomplete and concrete is to be retested. For measuring shear slump, average of subsidence is taken for knowing the slump value. So basically, true slump is a proper slump. Zero slump means mix is dry, and collapse slump means mix is very wet, and shear slump is a failure. The next we have mentioned workability: very low, low, medium, high, very high, based on the slump. Here for very low workability, 0.25 mm slump, and if slump is 25 to 50 mm, it is low workability, and 50 to 100 mm is medium workability, and 100 to 175 mm is high workability, and 175 onwards, upon 175 it is very high workability. Workability is simply flow of concrete. How easily the concrete flows is its workability. Different builders mention different slump values for different castings. Like they mention, like for this slab we need 50 mm slump. So this test is very necessary. As per IS code, binding concrete, shallow sections, pavements, we need very low workability, that is very low means 0 to 25 mm slump. For mass concrete, lightly reinforced sections in slabs, beams, walls, columns, floors, canal lining, strip footings, etc., we need low workability, means 25 to 50 mm slump. For highly reinforced section in slabs, beams, etc., slip formwork, pumped concrete, we need medium workability, that is 50 to 100 mm slump. And trench fill in situ piling, premix concrete, we need high and very high workability. For premix concrete, as we know, it is vacuum dewatered concrete, means it dries out all the water, so high and very high workability is required, that is 175 onwards for premix concrete. Thank you.